Welcome back to DIY Makes Sense. My name is Regina, and before we get into today's video, I wanted to thank everybody that watched my board and batten accent wall video. That video has gotten so much attention. I want to thank everybody for all of your kind words, your encouragement, your questions. I so appreciate the love and the support. I think I'm up to 41 subscribers. I want to thank all of you for subscribing to this channel. Follow me on this journey. I'm having so much fun interacting with you guys. And don't think that I got like hundreds of comments, because I really don't. But the ones I do have, I appreciate all of it. Okay, so now let's get into today's video, right? So the weather outside is, I wasn't even gonna film today. It's rainy, cloudy, it's very dreary, very ugly. And I thought today's video is very appropriate given the weather, because I'm gonna show y'all how I turned this ugly dresser into this beautiful TV cabinet. I'm gonna show y'all all the materials that I used. I used 2 different paint strippers, so I'm gonna give you the pros and cons on those. And I was able to find the original dresser online, brand new. I'm gonna show y'all how much that thing costs compared to how much it costs for me to upcycle the ugly one that I found. You don't want to miss this one. Keep watching. Let's get into it. So let's get into this dresser. I found it posted on the Facebook Marketplace. It was listed for 150 bucks. I reached out to the young lady selling it, and come to find out, the dresser wouldn't sell at her garage sale. So she ended up posting it online. I reached out to her. I told her I really didn't want to pay no more than $100 for it. And from there, the negotiating began. I ended up walking away with the dresser paying 70 bucks. To be honest with you, it's very clear why it didn't sell. The paint choice is very unique. It's a chalk paint. So it's not in the color. It's not going to appeal to everybody. But honestly, as soon as I saw it, I wanted it. I reached out to her without hesitation. I just ignored the price. I also ignored the paint because to me, the dresser had great bones, meaning the style, the design, the size. It was perfect for me. I had to have it. Here are a list of the materials I used for this project: paint stripper, putty knife, some superfine steel wool, paint, brushes, as well as a roller, wood stain, foam brush, sander, as well as sanding blocks. You can find some excellent ones at the dollar store. Gloves, of course, for the paint remover. Screwdriver, that's for removing the drawer pulls, as well as painter's tape and a plastic drop cloth. And you'll see why later in the video. Now, although I don't have any footage of me applying or removing the paint stripper, it's really not that hard. You're going to get a paintbrush, apply the paint stripper in sections, working from the top down. You're going to let it sit for however long the instructions tell you to, and then you're going to remove as much of it that you can with a plastic putty knife. Now, once you get as much of that paint scraped off as you can, I put another coat on the really heavy areas. That way I can use my steel wool and kind of scrub and almost sand the rest of that paint off. And here is a before and after, just so you can see how much of a difference the steel wool makes. So I did find some footage of me stripping this dresser pull. As I get this thing off, I'm wondering if I should even do this step at all. But I figured, why not? I do like it. And honestly, I assumed it was original to the dresser. But spoiler alert, it wasn't. Anyway, as you can see, this stuff is very thick, and I'll leave my review on this product towards the end of the video. So as I apply a good thick coat of this stuff on here, I'm trying not to get it on my hands because I haven't put my gloves on yet, but I will let this stuff sit for about 30 minutes and I'll come back and check it. Anyway, as I stripped this pull, I wore 2 pairs of gloves because I didn't have any chemical resistant ones, so I just got to work with what I have. And I used the old dish scrubber to get the stuff off. Honestly, this stuff is really messy. This drawer pull looks like it's black, doesn't it? Wait for it. So I really wish I would have filmed myself sanding and painting, but I didn't. So now I gotta sit in front of y'all looking like this. Anyway, let me show y'all what I used to sand the dresser. So I got my Black & Decker orbital sander. I freaking love this thing. It has a little dust catcher. Please ignore this because this thing is still really dusty. Lots of dust everywhere. Anyway, this thing is so dirty because it gets lots of use. So you're sanding all the big major flat areas with that. And the sanding sponges, I told you that were at the dollar store. They look just like this. And I have a few of these just because I'm always doing something around the house. And these freaking things are so durable. Oh my God, these things like last forever. I'm telling you, if you look into the camera, if you've never tried these before, they are so good and they last a long time. Really, really good quality. So that's that. As far as the painting, let me just show y'all. Here is the paint that I used, and I will be sure to list all the information on this paint in the description box below. When painting the dresser, I gave it 3 coats, starting off with the paintbrush and all the fine little detailed areas of the top drawers, finishing it off with the paint roller on everything else. When I first picked up this dresser, it was honestly really banged up. It was lots of nicks and dents, pieces of wood missing, chunks missing. I can tell that it had to have been in a child's room. I mean, it was pretty banged up. So I had to fill in a lot of areas with wood putty and follow up with lots of sanding to get it looking as smooth as I could. And despite all of that, after paint, it turned out great. Now with the painting done, it is time for me to stain the top. The top has already been prepped. It's been sanded. It's been wiped clean. Now, this is where the painter's tape and the plastic drop cloth come into play. Clearly, I use newspaper. I didn't want to buy the drop cloth. I didn't want to do that. So I just worked with what I had. If y'all want to roast me in the comments, feel free. So here I am staining the top. I used a clean cloth, applying even coats with the wood grain. I did 2 coats, and once it was all dry and I installed the drawer pulls, I'm done. All right, so before I get into the price comparison and wrap this video up, I wanted to give a quick review on the 2 paint strippers that I use. So first up is the JASCO paint and epoxy remover. So the pros for this product, it works great and really fast. I mean, you can start scraping paint off in no time. The cons, it has a really strong smell, so the fumes are quite toxic, and once you smell it, you're like, oh, okay. So you must use this stuff outside or in a very well ventilated area. Also, this stuff dries really quickly, and so quickly that it's almost like you never even applied it. There were times where I had to reapply this stuff, and to help keep it in place, I covered lots of areas with plastic wrap just to kind of keep it in place, help it penetrate and not dry out on me. Wearing eye protection and wearing gloves are mandatory for this product. You do not want to get this stuff on your hands, and you definitely don't want this stuff to like flick up or whatever into your eyes. All right, second product I used was this CitriStrip. This stuff is about $12 for a quart. Pros, it works great. Also, it's non-toxic and does not have a harsh smell. It's also very thick. Cons, it's very thick. So you got to make sure that you get all this stuff off. If you're working in like little nooks and crannies and stuff like that, you got to make sure you scrape all of this stuff up, because if not, it's just going to hang out. You may not even see that some of it is still there. So which one would I try again? I really want to say neither, but out of the two, I would probably go with the citrus strip. But if you guys have a stripper that you guys really like and would like to recommend to me, please leave it down below because I will try it. I have other projects I still need to start, and I would love to try something new. And with that, this upcycle is done. Now check out my drawer pulls. Who knew that they were gold under all of that ugly chalk paint? No idea they would turn out this beautiful. This is my favorite upcycle. I love the way this piece turned out. I love the two-tone look of it. It's just a really great piece to convert into a TV cabinet. So how much is this dresser brand new? That's right, it's $799. The $70 I paid for the dresser, along with the cost of materials, I spent a total of about $95. That is a savings of over 700 bucks. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I did making it for you all. So next time you find yourself at a garage sale, a thrift store, and you find an old ugly dresser, old ugly table with good bones, you better buy that thing. Remember this video, upcycle it, turn it into something beautiful. You know what? Because if you don't, I will. Thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate every single one of you guys. I will catch y'all in the next one. Bye.